You're listening to DraftKings Network.
Too much Cody on their minds.
Cody on my mind.
I'm like fucking pissed right now.
I know. I want to talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Just totally undercut the entire video.
No, we're not gonna say who won.
The one that really shocked me was Succession.
They all shocked
yeah,
me,
for
like
now.
because I know them all, but it's just
No,
like
but,
I
like-
couldn't think of it. I've
but, like,
never had like my brain freeze.
The
like that
Wire's been
before.
off the air for like 10 years.
I would have thought
Yeah,
The
but
Wire.
still.
Yeah,
Why?
When I think of
yeah,
HBO,
it's a
I
classic,
go
but it's been
Sopranos,
off.
The Wire.
2020
Veep's been off the air for like 5 years.
I might have forgot all the other ones. but I feel
Succession
like
just finished.
The Wire, I would've
That's the one that's crazy.
But it's not that I. It's
Barry
just, that
just
I
ended.
literally
Yeah.
had like a.
Oh no,
Like
I've been there. Trust me. You
I
can't
know
think.
that Carlos Zambrano.
Yeah, you just.
I had Barry like back there, but I was like, man, if Boardwalk Empire didn't make it,
I didn't
if
think Barry
Oz didn't
would be
make
on
it,
that list.
I wasn't gonna say Barry.
I'm surprised, and Deadwood, to be honest.
Deadwood, please. Give me a break.
But you were just searching for any show. You would have said any of those if you just thought of
If I could just think of a
Right.
name of a show, and I couldn't.
That's where it is. Like with like the pitcher thing last week.
I
I'm just
know.
like, let me think of one that won't be a bad guess.
I
That's
know.
like, that's all you're going for.
It's tough, man, because you think of like.
But Tony went to like the oldest shows possible. He was like,
But-
Boardwalk Empire hasn't been on for 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's still a great show.
Yeah, but
Are we
there's
allowed
better
to say
shows.
what the subject of the game was, or
it-
just not say who won?
It's Taylor's thing. I don't care. You can say who won.
We can,
I'll
we
spoil
can say,
everything.
we can say the
Who won?
subject, and then we could say
Okay, let's start.
what we did, but not.
Welcome to Mystery Crate, by the way.
Yeah, welcome to
Yeah.
Mystery
I'm
Crate.
so fucking heated
I
right
know.
now. I just said the F word. That's how mad I am.
Wow. You don't have to mark it. You're good.
Okay, I marked it anyways.
Oh,
I just haven't had a brain fart like that in a long time.
There's something that happens to your brain when you sit at that Shootout Showdown couch.
When Taylor turns the camera on.
When
we
that
all
camera
become
turns on and the
idiots.
lights turn on and the microphone's in your hand, and they ask you, what are the 10 greatest Max shows? Again, very subjective according to Esquire. Give me a break.
But I couldn't even name a show because I had just had. You guys ever have that? Your brain just freezes.
Just gone.
just blame COVID.
I just didn't have. Yeah, I guess I'll blame COVID. There wasn't a thought passing in between my ears.
It was just like,
For like 6 minutes, there were no thoughts in my head. Yep.
just a tumbleweed.
Do you guys sleep with a sound machine?
No.
No, I've thought
I do.
about it.
I feel like parents with kids do.
Well, my kid has a noise machine
Really?
in her room that we put on because she likes it. But I don't sleep.
But like when she was a baby, did you guys have like a machine that would do
Yeah,
like
yeah.
white noise or
we
whatever?
still
when
have
she-
it. Not for us though. It's in her room.
So she was always sleeping in your room.
No, it's in the kids' room. You put a noise machine in
No,
there.
I
so
get
they
that.
sleep.
My
No,
question
no.
is, when she was a baby, growing up, did she sleep in your room?
Very rarely.
Okay.
Not as much. Some people have big problems with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. We were lucky with that.
Billy, as a father,
Of
as the only
daughters?
other father here,
Have your kids
What?
infiltrated your bed?
Yes, they have.
do you
in the
sleep with a
past.
sound machine?
I don't know. We have one in my daughter's room though.
What's the sound of choice?
Just white noise.
Brown-
Just like
I like brown noise.
Brown noise.
Brown noise is
Brown
nice.
noise.
Brown
Like the-
noise.
Yeah, brown
brown
noise
noise,
is
like in
nice.
South Park.
What does it sound like?
That's a shit joke. I like
Hold on,
that.
I'll
Yeah, brown noise is kind of like white noise, but a little deeper, more like bassy, I feel.
yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna search for it right now.
I used to fall asleep to like lo-fi music.
Okay,
But
here's
then-
here's brown noise. Hold on.
Awesome.
If you play,
Oh, God, you sleep
That
to
sounds like
this?
rain.
that sounds
Yeah,
like
I
rain.
do the rain
I was gonna
sound.
say if you play a fart noise, I'll applaud you.
Jarring.
I used to do like rivers,
That is not relaxing.
like
do-
rivers.
I'm gonna
yeah.
play white noise now, so you guys can get the difference. I think it's the
that would-
difference in
Wow.
pitch.
I did not like that.
race talk on
No,
Mystery
I
Crate.
do like rain or thunderstorms.
I love sleeping.
Thunderstorms was a big one for me too for a while.
Love
This is all.
thunderstorms.
I
We're
like
he- we're-
thunderstorms. I like waves. Too.
We're headed into that time of the year where you don't need the sound machine.
Dude, that is so jarring.
Yeah, it's just raining.
That's true.
That was
The rain
white
actually
noise.
has woken me up because it's been louder than my sound machine. Also, one other thing, we talked about this like a few years ago, how there's no good sounds on the Apple alarm. Well, they added like a bird song thing. You can wake up to birds chirping. Except last weekend I was at a wedding and I was in a place where there are actual birds chirping. And at like 4 a.m. it woke me up because my brain is now wired to wake up to bird sounds. So backfired. I just laid there.
Damn.
Yeah. It was kind of peaceful though.
I have cricket sounds.
Cricket.
Yeah. Probably counterproductive.
Cicadas.
Right.
Haven't seen a single cicada this year.
We don't do those here.
The videos are terrifying, though.
Lucy, you feel like you're missing out, right?
No.
But what are you
not
guys
even a little
missing
bit.
out? I don't get what the
you gotta,
longing is
look them
for.
up. It's like I don't feel like I'm missing out at all. I want to be as far away from wherever that's happening as possible. Because I saw a girl on TikTok who was like sobbing in her car, and I was like, "What is?
What?
Oh my God! Quit crying, get over it." And then I saw another TikTok, like 4 down, of an entire just like
4 down?
the 4 videos down.
I know, that's
scroll,
like an
scroll,
odd
scroll,
detail
scroll.
there.
Videos down. Well, I think it was important because
I like
it
it.
added some perspective.
It did.
And so I hated the girl at first because I said, "Don't film yourself crying on the internet." And then I saw like this wall that was just covered in cicadas, and it was the most disgusting, scary thing I've ever seen. I said, "You know what? I would cry about that." And then I said, "I got to go back and like her video, give her some support, some monetary. You got to
But
pay
was
for me."
she crying because of the cicadas, or was she
She
crying
was-
because of something else?
She was in her car and she needed to walk from her car to her apartment, but there were so many cicadas out that they were like flooding, like the doorway and her like all outside her car and the ground, so that she was like, "I can't walk because there are too many bugs." And I said, "Girl, get over it. Can't be that bad." And then I saw some evidence that, "Oh my God, I am so sorry."
Can we
It
see
is that
what
bad.
these things look like? Because I'm
They're
not 100%.
huge. Yeah. Lucy, do you
yucky.
remember
Are they
17 years
grasshoppers?
ago? No. They're
I was not alive.
They're
17 years.
cicadas. Yeah.
But what is that? What's a cicada, Billy?
they're giant bugs and they shed
But, like,
their skin.
What? But like, what kind of bug? Like, give me a family.
I don't know what
member.
genus
I
they're
feel like
in,
it's
I'm
like the
sorry.
northern palmetto bug.
No.
Have you ever had a palmetto bug down here? It's
Yeah, like a big
roach.
ass.
The northern
cockroach.
palmetto bug is just a cockroach, I think.
Yeah. Well, the cockroach is down here too.
Yes. Trust me.
I feel like it's like a
I
big.
know.
It's like a hybrid between like a moth and a grasshopper. Does
It
that
looks
make
like
sense?
like think about like a normal fly that we'd see, not a mosquito. Think of like a
giant
fly, but like
horsefly.
on like steroids, like
There it is.
crazy
Okay, yeah, I
steroids.
see it here on the screen.
But they're
It's ju-
huge.
it's big.
And they swarm. So you'll walk past like a tree trunk and there will be so many cicadas on it that it's like, oh, is that tree moving? And then you're like, oh my God, I just sounded so Midwestern when I
you
said that.
did. God.
Oh my God, the cicadas.
Jessica.
Holy crap. Did you see those cicadas? But they're
So you miss these animals.
I do. I kind of miss that. They also make a noise. I just feel like I don't miss them, but I feel like I'm left out of like the cicada stuff. Like everyone's talking about cicadas. All my family's talking about cicadas. All my friends are talking about cicadas. And we're just down here in Florida getting rain dumped on us, floods.
To be honest, it hadn't
hurricanes,
rained. It hadn't rained in a long
tornadoes.
time.
Yeah, we were having
you want me to be
drought-like
honest.
conditions.
Yeah,
That
I
is
felt like we've been
true.
really lucky with the rain
Yeah,
since
yeah.
like December.
And now
then-
we're just everything's underwater again, and there's no cicadas.
It's just a front. It's gonna pass, and then we'll get back to.
Well,
nice,
apparently, my
beautiful
brother
weather.
is a amateur
really
meteorologist. Oh, he loves
Oh, I
it.
didn't know
This
where you were
guy.
going
Wait,
with
Gino?
Yeah, this guy pinches his nipples to like Doppler radar. It's crazy.
Dude,
I would argue.
and so
fucking love Doppler
so
radar.
we're,
Is
we're in the middle of doing the show.
Is there a more annoying person though than
That guy?
friend that is like
Thinks he knows
telling
about
you
what he's doing.
what the weather's gonna be?
yeah, yeah.
I hate that guy.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
We're gonna pull the cicada video in a second so you guys can see what they actually.
It's like,
look
oh, there's definitely a lot of
There you
moisture in
go.
the air.
Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
Look
Those
at
are just
that.
cicadas. Like it looks like leaves on the ground, but they're just
Yeah.
cicadas.
on the ground and on the walls and
yeah, I see
literally
it.
everywhere.
Oh man.
The
But yeah,
caption is another
16
day
years
in
ago
hell.
or 17 years ago,
I
I
would've
keep
cried.
forgetting which. I like vividly remember walking around. I was like maybe like 14 or 15. I remember walking around seeing the cicadas everywhere, and they're like, this is the last time they'll be back for 16 years. And it was like a whole thing. People
do they
were
go?
selling. They go underground.
Vacation.
And then they hibernate for like 16 years. Like they spawn and then they bury them under the ground. And then everyone was selling like novelty cicada soaps and stuff. It was like a whole thing. There was a whole.
So these bugs-
like Dan Le Batard, there was an economy created around.
I've asked Ron
cicadas.
before if animals take vacations and they don't.
My dog is on perpetual vacation.
Well, yeah, ain't that the truth?
So what is Gino being an amateur meteorologist?
Oh no, we were just sitting back there doing the show and we were talking about the rain because the parking garage we have to park in now gets very flooded.
Does it?
Yeah, so when we were parking there yesterday, the water was coming up, it was flooding, and then when I got there today, there was still a lot of water. So I'm like, if it rains the same as it did yesterday, like, is my car going to be in danger? And then Gino goes out of his way to show me the National Hurricane Center radar and like, oh, we're getting a tropical storm. And he's like,
Oh, the worst.
he was very excited
But is he
about it.
wrong? I
But
mean,
what does that have to do
No,
with
no,
the
no, he's
garage?
right. Well, because that's how he brought up the storms.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
did you
your
miss that part? Were you paying attention?
No, the point is, so like,
Yeah.
he's trying to make you feel better about your car, but
he
then
just
pulls
likes
up like a tropical.
He just likes to brag about storms and when they're coming, and he loves feeder bands.
The worst.
That's his thing. He
Feeder
loves
bands.
feeder bands. He loves a good feeder band.
Ooh.
Yeah. Terminology.
Me and Gino need to. He was the only person that brought an umbrella to work.
I have an umbrella.
I have an umbrella.
Danny,
Yesterday, no one brought an umbrella. Everyone walked in and was like, Lewis was like,
Billy
I
came in
have
like
shirt.
a full wetsuit.
I'm wet.
Danny Benitez yesterday, 2 umbrellas.
What?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
he
love
gave me
that
one.
kid.
He saved me. Yeah.
That's our guy.
I have a tiny umbrella. So, Jess, if
That's
you
a
look,
small one.
that black bag right there is mine. Reach into the pocket and pull out the umbrella. It's
bad
supposed
luck.
to take.
Don't open it.
No, I didn't say open. I just said pull it out.
The other pocket. Hold on. Oh, there you go.
That is my
Very
umbrella.
cute.
see.
You are too large of a man for that umbrella. There's no way that umbrella
Billy.
covers you.
It
That's
doesn't.
bad luck.
Yeah, open that up, Billy.
Billy doesn't believe in
No,
bad
don't
luck.
do
Yeah,
it,
open that up.
Billy.
Make my own luck.
Yeah, Billy
Exactly
is the
right.
bad luck.
How do you do this?
Someone get a
There you
mirror
go.
for him.
What is
Let's
this?
bring a mirror.
There you
in
go.
An
Keep
umbrella.
pushing. There you go. There's
Dude, this
Tony.
cannot protect
There's
you from
no.
anything.
There's no way that
I
covers
didn't
Tony.
buy it. I didn't buy it.
This
okay?
can't protect you from anything.
I know.
There's
This is
no
the
way that
smallest
covers
umbrella
Tony.
I've ever
I
seen.
know. I didn't buy that
How do you
umbrella.
even close this?
My wife bought it for me because she's like, you should have one in your pocket.
This is
of
a
your
joke.
Book bag.
It's not
I
wrong.
know,
It's not
I know.
that small.
This looks like
I
a
feel
prop
it's
umbrella
fine.
from like a play.
Feels like a normal umbrella.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
fine.
No.
It's fine to
Very
you.
small.
But now
One
think about
person
6'3"
umbrella.
Tony with that.
You know what I
Exactly right.
love? I love a golf umbrella.
Oh, yes.
Ugh.
So I had a golf
Why
umbrella.
isn't every umbrella a golf
So
umbrella?
you guys remember the day that there was that tropical storm in December
Yes,
that nobody
and we
told us
stayed
about,
at
and it,
home.
like there was 60-mile-an-hour winds down
Yes.
here. Okay, so that
The one where
day-
we worked from home during, right? Or no?
I don't know.
I think
Or
we were
did we
here
go
because
to
I
work
was
that
here.
day?
I was filming at Tony Tonight, I think, that day. So we get here, and then there's 75-mile-an-hour winds going through like very Fifth Avenue right here, like heading to the port, is a very windy street. I don't know how to explain it. Even on a regular
Wind
day,
tunnel.
there's just a lot of wind. So that day it was magnified by like 5. So
Because there's buildings and it has to go somewhere, so it goes in between and makes a wind tunnel.
They constructed Miami so that when it drizzles, there is flooding.
yeah.
yeah. So I had a golf umbrella, but the thing is, I was taking the train that day. Again, torrential downpour, whatever. There was a homeless lady, and I gave her my umbrella. Aww. Yeah.
As opposed to that lady you didn't help up when she fell.
Yeah,
I tried to learn from my
Metro
Is
mistakes.
this story just so you could say you gave someone an umbrella?
No,
in the rain?
the story is I had a golf umbrella. I gave it to her, so that now I have that umbrella. It doesn't protect me from anything. And I
Umbrellas-
might as well just get wet.
Umbrellas here are kind of tricky though, because if that wind's blowing, it's more of a
There's no
detriment.
point.
If the wind is blowing with that umbrella,
Forget it. It's gone.
I'm gonna let it go
It's
because
gone.
it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
fly.
It's in the bay.
How do you guys
gonna
handle
Mary
when
Poppins away.
you have an umbrella going, it's pouring on you, and you're approaching your car, so it's time to open the car door.
Ooh, that's
and
tough.
Get in, and it's this move of now I got to close
Like
the
swivel
umbrella
around, yeah.
You close it. Are you throwing it like? I usually go passenger seat floor.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
With the umbrella.
Yeah,
I
'cause you
try
don't
to
want to get
put it-
everything wet.
That's like the
side.
dry, like because it's wet. The outside of it's wet.
think
No, I'm
you
saying
just-
you're getting in your car.
I know.
You're
I
taking
put it on the side, like where my clothes,
Right
my
against the door?
right against the door.
You kind of just got to accept there's going to be water in the car. There's no way you're going to get away from
Cars
it.
are made to have water. In it.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Like for a rain, I'm not saying jumping into a canal with a car,
Right.
But I'm saying like for
Materials.
rain, like it's built to have that.
sustainable.
Built for tough.
Like a rock.
Like a rock.
Great.
I raincoated it yesterday.
Yeah.
How did that go?
He had rain boots.
Oh, it was great. Yeah, I had boots in my trunk that I forgot were in there. I bought them years
Do
ago.
you still have your dog's boots?
Oh,
No.
your dog has boots.
Yes, I do. Yeah, but it was a
They
mess.
hated it, didn't they?
Yeah, they didn't like
Dopey
it.
did not like the
Willow
boots.
wears a raincoat when it's raining.
Dopey was like would walk like you put the boots on and Dopey was walking like a baby giraffe, just learning like lifting his leg
I
like
love-
really high. Couldn't
love
figure out how
that.
to
He's
do
doing
it.
like the
Willow
shake on the
does
way
that
down.
too.
Got like no traction. I was like, I can't put these boots on this dog again.
I have a question for you.
What?
Do you think Willow has any idea how good she has it?
I don't
That's
think
a
any
good
dog
question.
does.
It's like kids though.
Yeah.
Like I feel like dogs and kids are in the same boat. Like some kids like just they don't know.
I will tell you this. I had friends come last week on Friday to visit the studio, and they were asking where Willow was. They were
Oh,
like saying
really?
we were expecting a dog today. There was no dog. Yeah.
Willow's babysitter is Hildy's sister, and she makes Willow like homemade dinner every night. And so when Willow comes back
What do you
from
hold
vacation,
on? What do you mean
on this.
homemade?
like
dinner?
she makes dinner for the dog.
This
Me
is
too.
when- This
Kibble.
is when you're at town.
Alpo.
when we're out of town.
I thought you had like a daily babysitter every
no,
day. Like,
no,
for a
and she
second.
also like she's doing this professionally now. If anyone needs a pet sitter, DM me on Instagram because I got
Okay.
the plug.
Cool.
She makes Willow dinner, like very nice dinner, and then I think now when we come back from
like
a
a
trip,
chicken, like a salmon.
like
Like, what does she make?
she'll
Willow's
roast carrots
disappointed
and
when
bone
you're back.
broth.
Willow's disappointed when you're back.
Yeah.
Willow knows.
Yeah,
Crappier
she's super sad when we pick
would
her up
think
now
Lee-
from the pet sitter.
Back to the dry
dinner. I would
shit.
think Lee would throw it down for he's
for Willow.
Yeah.
Have you seen
I mean-
grocery prices, buddy?
Yeah, like we'll give her like some extra like chicken and stuff, but we're not making her dinner every night.
Now that we're bringing up expensive food, I'm gonna ask you guys because you might have seen it on TikTok. I don't know if these guys had. What's up with Erwan? And why is it so expensive?
Erewhon.
Well, whatever it is.
That's a Lucy question. She's
Yeah.
the LA girly.
What is up with that shit?
So, are you guys familiar with what Erewhon is?
I am.
$40 bags of ice.
It is a luxury grocery store based in Los Angeles. It's really not that much more quality than a Whole Foods, but it is an insane price jump. Like I saw somebody a TikTok the other day, and it was just a tub of berries for $60, and they're not very special berries. They're just regular, normal strawberry, raspberry, blackberry little mix there. Everything is wildly expensive, and it brands itself as very healthy. And they became really famous because they have a smoothie bar there, and Hailey Bieber did a smoothie with them. So people will go to Erewhon, spend $25 on a smoothie, and if you want to get a little snack for the road, that's another $20. It's the most expensive grocery store in the world, I believe.
It's a psyop is what it is. It's how much can we put up where
I
people
saw that
will
theory.
go and buy shit that you can buy for 45 cents for $45.
I didn't know what this was yesterday, but or the other day.
The other day, yeah.
Definitely not yesterday.
Not yesterday, you're right.
During an interview on the show this week, we were talking to Christopher Mintz-Plasse, and he held up a drink that he was drinking, and Dan accused him of drinking out of a pickle jar. And now that I'm on the site, it was from this grocery store. I recognize this logo from that interview.
So what was it that he was drinking?
I don't know. It looks like a bunch of random shit
It was like an
inside a
iced
jar,
coffee. He had
honestly.
an iced coffee looking
You
drink.
two guys, take a guess here. I guess they're called bushels of organic green grapes. How much do you think it costs
At Erewhon?
at Erewhon?
How many pounds, though? Hold on.
$6.99.
Hold on. How many pounds?
This one looks like it's 3.5.
Guess low here.
3.5 pounds.
So you got to guess price per pound.
grapes.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably
$7.99.
It's probably. Are you doing per pound or the whole
pound, per
bushel?
Well, do you normally do groceries?
Yeah, kind
Do you know how much things cost? Is really the question. here.
Generally, grapes I can't say.
The
off the top
grapes
of my
at
head.
Erewhon have to be $45.
$7.99 a pound.
Oh,
But
nailed it.
no, but
But the bushel I'm looking
Yeah.
at is $28.
yeah.
No, but I usually buy that pack of grapes that's not even by weight. It's just this pack
Yeah,
of
the
grapes
bag
is
what-
this much.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can get a peanut butter protein smoothie in a little jar thing. Looks like 20 ounces. It's $13.
These just sound like normal high grocery prices.
No.
This doesn't sound like
it's crazy.
earth-shattering.
No, it's really it's because so I lived in a very I lived in Brentwood, so I lived in the kind of rich
Word
area.
association.
You,
Word
LeBron,
association?
OJ.
OJ. OJ's a word
that's
association there.
Every single time I'd be like, "Hi, I live in Brentwood," and they'd look because they knew it was somewhere. I'd be like, "OJ." And they're
Did you
like,
ever drive by the place? Everyone has to, right?
I think we drove
They
past
demolished
it
it, didn't they?
once.
Oh.
Or where it was.
Yeah.
It was nice because it was a great neighborhood to walk around in because there were a lot of famous houses. So I lived half a mile from where Marilyn Monroe lived, so I walked to her house. And also I had a really my favorite thing to do on the weekends, so I would just go for a little walk around the neighborhood, and then I just walk into all the open houses for sale.
Oh, yeah.
And so I would just go check out these $15 million mansions every Saturday.
So, Lucy, question for you. Obviously, living in Brentwood, where did you live? You
I
lived
had
in
a-
$1 million house?
I had
I'm
a rent-controlled
confused.
apartment in Brentwood. It was the
Gotcha.
perfect apartment in the world. I was so sad I had to leave. So it was a dingy old apartment in just a crazy nice area,
Right.
and it was the best deal possible. It was twice the size of what I have now in Miami for half the price. It was perfect.
How'd you get it?
Honestly, just luck. So I had 2 roommates when I first moved to LA, and they were nice, but boundaries were kind of an issue. So I said, okay, this might not be the best fit for me. And I applied for this apartment, and I didn't get it. And then the lady who helped me with that application reached out and was like, hey, I know you didn't get this apartment, but there's another one that's about to open up. Do you want to see it? And I was like, sure. I was the first person to see it, and I was like, please give me this apartment. And it was so awesome. It was perfect. I could walk everywhere. I used to walk to Michael's, and I get to walk to my friend's house, and I would walk.
Michael's being the store.
Yeah, the
Not a friend
craft,
named
the
Michael.
craft
Oh, yeah.
store.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think most people assume that they weren't thinking.
No, 'cause she said
a friend.
house.
No,
I don't know
she
how
said a
they would
friend after.
Yeah,
know
my
where
friend,
Michael's
my friend
apartment is.
Mac and Nolan lived down the street, so I could go walk and see Mac and Nolan, and that was really
And then
really
go to
nice.
Michael's.
And then I would go to Michael's.
Gotcha.
I just had it was the perfect apartment, but it was really ritzy, and I used to see celebrities all the time, in the little shopping center, which that was cool.
Wow, you were right, Billy.
Why didn't you just sublet it? Could you do that? That's against the
Well, I
rules.
didn't
If you don't want to
own
give it
it.
up. Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah.
Just you pay the rent and then you charge someone else the rent to stay in the same place.
But double it so you
Exactly
pay for rent
right.
and then also
That's the
pocket a little
business right
cash.
there.
yeah.
Tony
How much
gets
do you guys think the cocktail ice balls are at Erewhon?
Oh, circular.
Yeah, you get an 8 count.
8 count, I'd probably say $2 a sphere, $16.
16 bucks.
$10.
$10. It's 30 for 8 ice balls.
That's
water.
that's expensive.
That's fucking
That's
crazy.
the first one where I'm like,
But it's ice balls with a Z. So I guess
ice
I guess that makes it
balls.
worth it. Yeah.
Lucy mentioned all like the stars living in Brentwood. I live like a star tour in LA.
Yeah,
I
we
know
did it,
We
remember?
did one. Yeah, we were supposed to make content out of it. Never.
I mean, that was tough.
Miami.
You've done one in Miami?
Yeah, when I moved in, my dad and brother were here, and I was like, "What do you guys want to do?" And my dad was like, "We're gonna go on a celebrity boat tour."
A boat? Which one did you go on?
The Star
So we
Island
went-
one?
And so we
Did you see DJ Khaled's place?
we saw all their places.
Which one?
I think I've
And
been on that one.
My dad is convinced that he saw Ben Affleck on a boat. And I said, that was just a man. He said, but they said that was J-Lo's house. I said, well, that's a good point. But I know he's not living there anymore. Sorry.
I pulled out of when I was in LA with my parents, probably when I was like 16. We went on a star tour and we saw Kevin Costner
Wow.
pulling out of his house. It was like we
How was
stopped.
that?
There was like 7 vans around because they must have been like Kevin's on the move.
So everybody just
It was just like a car. It was just Costner pulling out, and then us just being like, "Oh, look, there's Costner." It was great.
Adam Sandler was the most famous person I saw, and he was just like
Basketball shorts.
Yeah, basketball shorts, just like eating
oversized
sushi.
polo.
And then I saw Kate Hudson getting coffee once, and my sister is named after Kate Hudson. So I
Did you
said,
tell her?
"Ooh, I should go tell her." And I said,
Yeah, no.
"My sister's named after her, not me."
Yeah.
That does it.
Hey, my sister's named after you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Are you
Like,
named
it's not
after
me.
anyone?
No, I'm named after no one. My sister's named after Kate Hudson, and then I don't know who Jack's named after.
Pick
Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow,
Jack
yeah.
Nicholson,
Yeah, any Jack.
Jack Skellington, Jack Black.
Yeah.
The first celebrity I saw was so embarrassing. I was like, this is the worst celebrity to see. Like, it just was such a lame one that I was like, I was on the beach and I was like set up, and then Neve from Catfish set up right next to
man.
me, and I said, well, that's kind of a lame first
Is
one.
that the main guy from Catfish? I don't know his name.
Who was like
Yeah.
like
I
ended
know
up
who
like
she's talking about,
He
like
like
the main
he
Catfish
harassed
guy.
women.
Yeah.
But he ended
Tan
up
looking guy?
Yeah, he ended up
Yeah.
posting something about how you shouldn't harass women in an elevator, and then it came out that he like harassed women
Yeah.
in an elevator, and you're like, who would have thought that would have happened?
The worst.
Who's the most famous person you guys have been around? Like, not interacting with, but just like been in proximity to? Let's say like within 10 feet of.
Are you gonna do your Heat player?
No, what's my Heat player?
the one that's in this building.
Cole Swider.
Oh no. Today. Should I tell this
I
story?
mean, that's why I was trying to be a little
Billy
vague.
Billy was almost in an elevator. with
Almost in an elevator today. Yeah.
He's
Anyway.
the 15th guy on the Heat roster, for those who don't know.
So
if you're being generous.
Dude, he puts in work every day. He's working out
Hey,
at that
We
arena.
always see him walk into the arena.
Always working out.
Just him and a water bottle.
I once was in an elevator with Stone Cold Steve Austin in New York with my family. That's the
Wow.
best one I have in terms of like just stumbling upon a celebrity.
I went to the ESPYs and I was
Oh, it doesn't matter.
a seat filler.
Oh,
So I ended
what?
up getting to sit in the front row. So I was sitting next to like crazy famous people.
Oh my God.
So it was like 2019 and Giannis won Male Athlete of the Year. So he stands up and like you can see me pop up because I was sitting right in front of him.
Is it like? I'm so curious about that. Seat fillers. Like, is that a thing where there's a room full of you and it's like we need 6?
So basically, like the way it works is when I moved to LA, I was just living out there for an internship at the time. So I was still in college, and I had there was an Iowa grad named Isaiah Scales, who's an awesome person, deserves the shout out, who lived there, and he was like, "Hey, we have an extra seat filler spot for the ESPYs.
Yeah.
Do you want to come with?" I was like, "Absolutely." So it's the day before. I said, "Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to wear."
Yeah.
So I said, "I have to go spend a lot of money because I want people to think I'm an athlete
Right.
girlfriend."
Yes.
So if I'm an athlete girlfriend, they're going to give me a good seat because I wanted to be close up. I wanted to be in the front.
Yeah.
I wanted to see all the famous people.
Okay.
So basically, you show up early and everybody's like dressed up. Some people I was like, "Girl, you look too casual. They're gonna put you in the back."
Jean jacket just ain't working
Yeah, I'm
tonight.
like, we're not doing like a romper look.
Yeah,
all right,
no.
we're at the ESPYs, and so I have this like beautiful ball gown on.
Wait,
and
let's see. There's plenty. Oh, there's Lucy.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
My hair was blonde. Tough
Look at
times.
that.
You used to be blonde?
Yeah, it was a really bad phase.
Wow.
He whipped that hair around. Look at that. That's awesome.
Why didn't you dap him up?
It felt weird. The guy next to me tried to do it, and I was like, "Absolutely not."
Look at you just there. Like,
Wow.
You played the part. You just looked like someone who's supposed to be there.
And like the cool thing is like I had like my big time moment. I didn't tell anybody I was going. So then
They were like, "Is that you on screen?"
all of a sudden everyone was like, "Is that Lucy at the ESPYs?"
I thought she just had an internship in LA, and now
Yeah.
she's.
Who's the guy next to you? Is he,
He was
also?
another seat filler who did not know how to behave himself. So like they had
Wow.
rules specifically. So you would go and you would like they would put you in a random seat and they'd like don't ask for autographs, don't take pictures, don't
Just
have
stand
your
and
phone
clap.
out. Just like be chill. So I started off sitting next to the Texas A&M football team, and then as people leave the event or go and take their award, they need to fill those seats
Yeah.
for when the crowd pans over. So I started off there, and you wear like a wristband. So then there are people who like direct the aisle. So they were like, okay, you go here. So then I moved, and I was sitting right behind Dwight Howard, and that sucked because I
Yeah.
couldn't see
He's
one
huge,
thing.
yeah.
He was so tall. And then finally, it was like my final time switching, and this girl came up, and I looked nice. I knew that's why she picked me because I dressed up. I knew how to play the part. And she said, Jared Goff just left. Go take his seat. And he was sitting front row.
And now, of the 3-hour what show it was, like how long do you actually end up being out there sitting in seats?
I was the entirety of the show.
Oh.
So I was
You're
there
just
the whole
moving from
time.
spot to
I
spot.
was in the front row for probably the last hour and a half.
That's good though.
It was so
Do you know
fun.
whose seat you filled?
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
Oh, my bad. I
And
thought
I
that was a
was-
different seat.
She said
Talking
that.
about-
I
thought she
can't
was talking
remember who.
about-
And then Rob Gronkowski was like right next to me on the aisle.
Wow.
You show up in the most random places. You're like on a random website for like the Big Ten championship or something. What was it? It was.
Oh yeah, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, when she was like what 17 or
Yeah,
something
it
like
was
that.
like me and my little sister like 10 years ago. But yeah, the ESPYs are cool. If you have the chance to do seat filler, like
be
there's
fun.
like a website that you can sign up for.
I
It's
can get
awesome.
you into the Latin Grammys as a seat filler.
Really?
Yeah, because I
Just
know.
me?
Yeah, I think Chris there would be funny.
Chris, you could pass for like
I know there are some redhead Hispanics. out
Yeah.
there.
Canelo.
Canelo's a Mexican.
Dude, you can be Canelo.
Now keep going.
Right. Are there more?
There's one other guy I'm not going to say.
We'll be right back.
Guys, it's time for You Betcha.
Betcha.
You Betcha, which is sponsored by DraftKings. Stay tuned because we hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Wow.
All right. So
So we're taking Messi to show up to the stadium.
no.
What am I going to learn about DraftKings the rest of the show?
Draft-
I don't know.
DraftKings.
Yeah.
All
maybe
they have
how to pronounce their
offer,
name right.
Pay
Yeah.
attention.
So the Copa America is about to start, which means that Messi and Luis Suarez are not with Inter Miami. And if you watch any Inter Miami this year, they're god awful when he doesn't play. So this weekend we're going to take the Philadelphia Union, who are hosting Inter Miami in Philadelphia, and we're going to take both teams to score, which we always do, which gives you a nice plus 185.
Against Inter Miami.
Yeah, there's no Messi, there's no Suarez.
Yuck.
Like I think 80% of their goals come from those two guys. And that's been
You
Betcha. And now, since we already visited the TikTok realm once this episode, I found this guy's page that I'm like absolutely obsessed with.
This is Jasper.
No, it's not Jasper. It's a guy who's
I haven't thought about it since that point, and now I just thought about it again for a second.
Tony was really upset about the whole thing.
My sister is changing her voicemail to a recording of Jasper
Oh, I love it.
saying leave a message.
Somebody sent me a comment from YouTube. One of my friends sent me a comment from YouTube saying that doll has done more things than Tony's ever done in his life or something like that. It just made me laugh.
Look, I'm
I was
not
like,
trying
okay.
to discredit you, but she is very accomplished.
For
She's
sure.
hot right now. But I found this other account where it's basically a guy that people hire to call people and give them bad news. It's called John Breaks Bad News. So, of course, I was on this page all afternoon looking for the
this
best
is
one,
good,
and I
yeah.
found a pretty good one. We're going to play it now.
Hi, Eve. This is John from John Breaks Bad News. I have some bad news from Brooke for you.
From who?
From Brooke.
Brooke who?
She didn't get. Looks like Berglund.
Okay.
Okay, so she boned your dad back in 08. All the time she joked about it. It actually happened. She had a couple drinky poos and lost her moral compass. And ended up sleeping with him. Because she still thinks about him gardening. And she was always attracted to his particular attention to the plants.
She knows him so well.
So, sorry, bud, that your dad got boned
Thank
by your
you.
friend.
Thank you for your call.
I was super
really
polite
appreciate it.
on this call. Do you mind leaving me a review on my Facebook page?
I don't have Facebook.
You don't have Facebook? Well, what about like my Instagram? Can you like?
Yeah.
It's John Breaks Bad News. JON Breaks Bad News.
JON Breaks Bad News. Got it. I will.
All right, I love you.
You were great.
Wow.
Love you too.
Oh,
Thank you,
see,
bud.
he gets it.
Bye.
She got it. You got to give it back.
What a fucking bitch.
Dude, I spent hours on that guy's account, like looking at that. stuff.
It's that all it takes is that one idea to be like really good, which is, hey, let me call people and tell them bad news from other people
Apparently,
for
people
money.
are hiring him to do this.
Yeah.
like
I mean, this is kind of Cameo's thing. This has been a
yeah,
thing
but
on
not
Cameo.
exclusively bad
Right.
news.
We need to think of something like
he
that.
must get like 10 break up with my girlfriends a day, and because
Yeah.
break up with my significant other, I don't have to do it.
You
know.
still got to do it though.
Well, you got to deal. You got to deal with it.
She
Yeah.
boned your dad is just great.
It's like the Family Guy bit where she's like, "Oh, your dad's such a nerd." Have you guys seen that? I'm not gonna go through the whole thing. But
Does that have to do with
Yeah.
her boning the dad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I feel like everyone had one of those stories in their high school, right? Of like a kid.
Well, it's like the
You
plot.
guys
to,
didn't
like-
have anyone in your high school that hooked up with a parent of someone else in the high school?
No.
Not a
Okay.
parent.
I
we
did.
had some
Senior
teachers.
year. I'm hoping
I had
senior
a,
year.
Yeah, I had a friend who she
Not
told
really.
me that when she was
That's
a
a
senior,
crime.
that she had a substitute teacher who was like really flirty, and then after she graduated, she like a month or two after, she hit him up on Facebook and they hooked up. After she graduated,
I thought it was more common. There was, I know a couple.
It probably
examples
is.
in
You
my
just-
Did you
school.
go to
You don't hear about it.
Euphoria High School?
I don't know. I just went to a public school. I don't know.
I know. I there's a lot of things.
There's a lot of
that
80s
I'm-
movie plots.
I'm not gonna talk about, but I know. Yeah.
okay. I got another thing. Chris was going through a ramen phase.
I'm absolutely
Not-
pleading the fifth. Sorry, guys.
Oh, I'll tell you all the drama
Yeah,
from my
Chris.
high school. I
Chris
don't
went
care.
through a ramen phase, or I think
Still
you're
in it.
still in it.
Yeah, still in it.
So there's a specific ramen that got banned in Denmark for being too spicy. Taylor's gonna throw up the picture. Yeah.
I'm not a big hot spicy guy, so
Well, it looks like there was a
already
group,
not a fan of this.
There was a group of like YouTube videos that were coming out, and they were showing people eating this, and they were like dying. And basically, Denmark. It's funny because the name of the place that handles the health is the Veterinarian and Health Food Systems for Denmark. I didn't know those two things went together.
Hey, how about this, guys? How about you guys worry about the dogs and the cats? Leave the ramen up to me. Don't try to ban ramen, okay? That would never happen in the United States of America. Jack,
What would never happen?
banning food because it's too spicy? Never. Not on my watch. Not on this country's watch, buddy. Since 1776.
Yeah, vote
all right?
Tony.
You're not in a position to be banning or not banning. food.
Neither
You're not
is the
watchdog over
neither
this.
is the veterinary health systems of Denmark.
Yeah, it says
Give me a
the
break.
Danish Veterinary and Food Administration.
Please.
If you have the products, you should discard them or return them to the store they were purchased.
Yeah, okay. Try to tell somebody in America to go return some hot Cheetos.
Couldn't even get them to wear a mask to Starbucks. So there you go.
Chris, are you the ramen phase? Like, how much of a phase is it?
Well, I don't really do it. I don't make it myself at home. Like that's a like make your own
Yeah,
ramen
that's like
thing.
a-
I'm into like I order
Go to a
out
spot.
or
Oh,
go to a
so
spot. Like I'm a
nice.
big. I love ramen as like what do you want for dinner tonight? Ramen is a big choice for me.
When we went to Vegas a couple of weeks ago, Mike sent me a ramen place that was.
Was that the place we were supposed to go to?
Yeah,
but
that we
made
never
it
went to.
Yeah, that we never went to.
I didn't realize how
you go?
far this circle
No,
was. from
I
the
didn't go
street.
either. It was so we didn't have a car, and like Vegas, obviously had never been to like the Strip. We had been to Fremont Street. That was my first time in Vegas. But when you talk about how far things are, like on the Strip, you don't realize
Yeah.
it's like,
It's a
it's a
hoof.
mile away, but it's like 400 blocks.
All right, you're like, oh, I'm at the MGM Grand. The hotel right next to me is this hotel, but try walking there.
Yeah, it's like 2 miles and it's
Correct, yeah.
1,000 degrees.
It's like,
dude,
yeah,
what
it's
is
like
this?
500 feet that you got to walk a mile.
There's
to
only a
get to,
few
yeah.
spots on the Strip where you can get to a bunch of hotels, like
Yeah.
on a little walk, like around the Mirage.
If you're
there's
staying like at the Paris Hotel, you're
That's
in a
where I
good
was staying.
well, that's pretty good central location.
that's
like,
actually a good one
Yeah.
for walking.
yeah. If you're at the MGM,
Yeah.
No,
and
you're
you're like
cooked.
in the back of it, you're
Right, you like
oh,
look
you're
across
hoofing
the
it.
street. You're like, oh, $3 blackjack at Hooters Hotel. Is that Hooters Hotel still a thing? I remember
think so.
staying
I didn't
at the MGM Grand years ago and looking across at like, oh, the Hooters Hotel has $3 blackjack.
There's no way the Hooters Hotel still
Let's
exists.
find out.
But
We have Google.
But it was like it's right across the street, but it was a long ass walk to get there.
And there was, because obviously I went for a conference with my wife, so she was at the conference, and I was like, you know what, let me just take a little stroll around town, you know?
Yeah.
Just kind of just hanging out, just a little stroll, just walking around, just doing my thing.
Guys, I'm sad to report it is no longer the Hooters Hotel and Casino.
What is it?
It is now the OYO Hotel and Casino.
Oh, you.
Yeah, damn.
Classic.
Rest in peace.
There's a lot of sad casinos
Yeah.
in
well,
Vegas.
But
As I
behind
was walking
Fremont,
by, I was
when,
like,
when we were there, we were walking to that place where Mike was doing the DJ thing. We passed the thing, I think it was called the Diamond Blue or something together, and it had dollar blackjack tables. And I was like, damn, me and Chris hit that up. And then I'm like, it'll probably be so
Maybe
sad.
not.
Yeah, so sad and smoky in there. Like, I don't want to go
Chris
there.
Cody filmed inside the blue Durango playing $1 blackjack,
Exactly.
broke ass. You're like,
Dude.
what?
I really wish there was a casino like in Vegas Vacation where it's just
War.
like war and like which hand is it in?
Yeah.
You lose.
I think the statute of limitations is over because we already did it. But remember, we were trying to do.
We were gonna do our version of that.
Right, we were going to do a casino, like Levitard Show Casino at the Circa.
where fans could come and we would all have a table of like, all right, my game is guess the number I'm thinking of.
That would have been a good bid.
Ah,
We should've done
wrong.
that.
We
My lasting memory was me and you sitting down on the last day to play $50 a hand blackjack and just getting destroyed.
Yeah, with
That was-
Bimmel and Carl, right?
Yeah,
Trying to
it
act
was
like we
all
were
like
big tough guys.
Well, I didn't want to add him. I would want to put him in. So, but I just remember we sat down. I never gotten back up from a table so fast. He destroyed us.
I'm very proud to be part of Billy's most human moment of all time.
Mine? Wait,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
At the roulette table.
My
At the
most
The roulette
human
table.
moment ever.
Like, you've never been more alive than that moment right there.
Oh.
Then
Yeah.
that ball spinning on that roulette table,
He hit
us
a number?
looking for black. No.
Oh,
we
color.
put $100 on black. And
Nice. Hit it?
No.
No.
The way you said alive, like he
Yeah,
was
but he was
happy.
alive. No, he was alive in the sense of like.
Here we go.
Listen, I saw them walk over there, and I was like, okay, Billy's gonna put some money.
It was
down.
no.
We were playing
hold on.
craps.
No, I mean we've told this story 1,000 times already, but like Mike Fuentes the entire week was talking a big game, saying like I'm gonna put my per diem at the end of this trip all on one like spin of the roulette, and I'm either gonna double it or like it was free because it was my per diem. I'm gonna do it. And he was talking a big game the entire week. I'm gonna do it. Right?
We were about to leave like the trip, still hadn't done it.
I forgot. I just forgot.
Forgot. That's not
forgot.
true. That's a lie because we asked you about it and you didn't do it.
I forgot. I just remember that you and Tony went to go do the roulette thing.
Well, because I took out money, and like was like I have $200. That's all I'm gonna gamble the entire week, right? And I didn't do any of it when I was in Vegas because we were busy going back and forth.
You were
like-
working.
Yeah,
You were
we
there
were
for
doing
work.
things
Working,
the
yeah.
entire time. So like that last day, for whatever reason, just because it's bad flights back to Miami, we had like 12 hours.
We had to take the red eye,
of
and they kicked us out of
nothing to
of
do.
the hotel room
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, we
The
had and-
casino or nothing.
had
Yeah.
nothing to do. I wanted to go back down to like the Strip and just kind of look around and see what was going on there because I didn't get to see any of it while we were there. But no one wanted to go with me, so I was just like,
Was that your first time in Vegas?
yeah. So I was just stuck in the casino, lovely casino. But I was in the casino for 13 straight hours before we had to go to the airport, and I lost $100 like instantly playing roulette, like very quickly. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to continue to do this. I'm not going to lose $200. But then again, I was in the casino for like 12 straight hours just watching Mike Fuentes play. And then I convinced Rose or someone to like, let's just go walking down, Fremont and do something. But it was freezing and all our jackets were in like our carry-ons. So like I didn't have the proper attire. So we went back in. And then on the way out, I'm like, you know what? I have $100 left. I'm going to put it all on. I was betting red, I think.
red?
And I got washed out like really quick. And then
You gotta go red.
The exact same table after I was gone, like you look at the screen and it was like 12
it's the
straight
worst.
Reds in
reds,
a row.
one black. When I was at that table, no lie, there was 6 greens, like which is crazy.
It's impossible.
It was impossible.
I just remember I was playing craps, I think, with Cody at that time, and I remember seeing you and Billy walk over there. I'm like, okay, Billy's putting money down.
Well, no, because we saw like all that. I had this $100 burning a
Yeah.
hole in my pocket, and
No,
I
but-
said, I'm gonna just break even, and I'm gonna be good. I'm not. Win or lose, that was it.
Yeah.
And there were so many reds on the board. I'm like, okay, the reds are coming up now. I'm just gonna put it all on red, right? And naturally, it was black, and I lost immediately. And then like the I don't even know the person. What is the title?
dealer?
The dealer, yeah. Gave me like a pouty face,
Yeah.
like sad and like pitying me, and like, oh, I feel so.
But I just
was like,
remember,
yeah,
you and
thanks.
Tony walked over there. I turned to Chris. I rolled once. I turned around. I couldn't
We were
find you.
walking back.
I looked to my left. You're standing next to me. I was like, oh well, that was fast.
It's very quick.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Greg smashed up at that roulette table.
Talking to a fan.
Yeah, no, talking to
I thought it was a stranger.
I thought he was a stranger, and he played it off super cool because he was just playing. Oh, hey, good to have you guys. All of a sudden, he starts mentioning show things, and then Greg is there. Greg's having the time of his life, drinking. Yeah, Greg was pounding the roulette table.
Pounding a lot of things. Yeah.
Greg at the company mixer was downing some brown.
I had to go into like parent mode of him. At one point, I wanted to go somewhere, walk away. I'm just like, Roy, watch him. I like had to put someone in charge of my dad.
The wrong guy to put in charge, by the way.
Is that the time that you've had to do that? That's been the worst, or no?
No. Top 5 maybe, but well, that was just because it's a setting where like normally I won't worry about him if it's like around my friends or like my fam, but like in a work setting, I'm just like, oh, like I have to.
This is getting a little
to not
too
embarrass
much.
himself here. Like
I think so. Everybody has like that one moment with their parents where like they're not caretakers anymore, right? Now they're kind of like your friends. So like I'm sure you've had a bunch with your dad. Like I remember one of the ones when my dad was living in Colorado. He moved there specifically for one thing.
Yeah.
And I went downstairs.
The Rockies.
Hiking.
The Rockies.
Yeah, he's a big hike guy, big enthusiast.
Yeah.
And
All
skiing.
the sunshine.
Yeah, that too.
Ton of sunshine.
Fresh
in Colorado,
air,
by
a lot
the
of
way.
nature.
Definitely not the weed.
No, not at all.
What?
Of course not.
Who said that?
Yeah. So
Your dad moved to Colorado just to smoke weed?
no, he had like a problem with his
It was
legs.
a different time, Billy.
Yeah, but he wanted to. He picked Colorado for a reason.
How are the legs now?
Well, he's no longer with us.
Yeah, he's no longer with
Oh.
us. So, yeah.
Carry on. So he moved.
So he moved to Colorado.
the hiking in the sunshine.
And my brother was there with us, and I think it was
Your brother Chris.
my brother Christopher, yes. and we're there, and my dad's like, "Hey boys, come downstairs." I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll see you in a minute."
How old are you?
Mid-20s.
Mid-20s. Okay.
So all of a sudden, I go outside, and I go downstairs, and I don't see my brother, I don't see my dad. Familiar smell makes its way into the thing.
What age did you start picking up on that spell?
Oh, middle school.
Doing a little research
Yeah.
here.
Middle school. Because when I was a kid,
I got a real inquisitive 6-year-old.
yeah. Because I remember that smell when I was a little kid, and I'm like, oh, it smells so funny. Then that first middle school party I went to, and then all of a sudden, click.
That's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah, it all came together. Wait a minute. Yeah. So I remember going outside, and there's my brother and my dad just, hitting a joint together, and I was like, this is the moment where
Wow.
Dad's a friend now.
Yeah.
Yeah. No longer a caretaker.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you turn into the caretaker of your parents.
Yeah.
In a normal
At
run,
some
yes.
point. Yeah.
And then the Undertaker.
Circle of life. Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you done? Or you?
I think you've done enough.
Yeah, you have done enough. You absolutely have done enough, Billy. Jeez.
The key, like, you didn't know that, or you were going for a
No,
really
there's
morbid
no way.
joke?
There's no way.
I didn't know.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry.
okay.
But how do
T's
you
and
not
P's.
know? We've talked about it before.
Mike has talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I only.
I don't listen when other people talk.
Finally, the truth. Oh.
We're still here.
So, anyways, famous people. Does anyone have a better?
I
No one's
peed-
gonna beat Lucy's story, so it's kind of like, what's the point?
What was the story again?
When I went to the
A seat
ESPYs,
filler,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
sat
right.
in the front row.
But that
Yeah.
we're talking more random life. Like at the ESPYs, you're gonna see
gonna run into
celebrities.
people, yeah.
Like,
No,
well,
yeah.
There's nothing we've done nothing as cool as that. But I don't know if that's what we're talking about.
I
here.
still don't think you can beat Adam Sandler at a sushi
true.
restaurant.
I drove Adam Schefter to the DoubleTree in Bristol.
I drove Bill Simmons from a hotel to our studio.
I peed next to Stephen A. Smith at the urinal.
Wow.
I ran into Mike Bibby buying sneakers in Dayland one time.
I peed next to Ray Lewis at Highlight because
Oh,
he
yeah.
owns like a Highlight team.
Yeah.
It wasn't right next to him. I didn't go to the stall right next to him. I went like 4 down.
There's a lot there, by the way.
There's
at
like
Highlight.
7
There's
of
like
them.
40
yeah.
of
He
them.
went all the way.
All the way.
He
there's like a
walked-
million stalls
He
there.
walked
Yeah.
all the way. No one at any stall. He went all the way to the corner, the far corner.
I like doing that too, though.
Why not the closer corner? There's
No.
like a wall blocking it.
No, I like going out there where I can just be by myself.
Okay.
A man in his thoughts.
That's right.
Taking a piss.
Just in case.
I was like 10 feet away from Jeff Bezos at a Super Bowl.
Oh, that's
It was
right.
like a tunnel where like the celebrities were arriving, and I just happened to be like cutting through, and then there he was in all his glory. Walked by quick. I was gonna try to stick a microphone in front of him and interview him because I was actually recording Mystery Crate of all things with a microphone. So I had this microphone, and it's like I don't have any complaints about my time at ESPN at all. Like I think that
You have
I
great
didn't-
things to say, actually.
I didn't end on bad terms. I don't think that I pissed that many people off. Whatever, right? But I will say this: I had a microphone that was mine, and I believe that they took from me when they were cleaning up the studio when the switch happened, and it was a karaoke microphone that
The blue one?
No, this was a white one that some Fox show sent as some promotional item for a karaoke show that they had. And it was the most valuable piece of equipment that we had on the time for shooting things outside of the studio. and I would plug it into my phone, and it worked out great. It was like the best quality microphone, and it was a karaoke microphone.
Is it the
that's
one that
on
would
Fox
change
show.
voices too?
No, I don't think so.
Because there was one that would change voices.
Well, anyway, so like I'm walking around and we're interviewing people in the Super Bowl, like at the actual game, like in the parking lot, doing like a mystery crate of like us just walking around before the game or whatever.
It was you and Allison, right?
It was me and Allison, yeah, walking around talking to people. And we're just like, what are we doing here? Why did they send us here? Like, what is this? Like, how do we make content out of this, right? Because like you've been to like these, you need credentials. Like Lucy knows you need to like, and what we were doing was probably not allowed in any form or fashion whatsoever. But I was very close to going up to Bezos and asking him, like, who do you like in the game? And sticking this little karaoke microphone in his face. Yep. And I'm glad I didn't, because I probably would have been shot.
That was the COVID
oh, yeah.
Super
like
Bowl.
that was a major super spreader event.
That was Kansas City, San Francisco.
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks before the world shut down.
Yeah. No, I remember, because you had to do something with like Old Spice and got like bused to like one place or another.
No, I forgot to put on deodorant that day. I was very nervous. I've never covered the Super Bowl. I forgot to put on deodorant that day, and I realized early on that I forgot to put on deodorant, but I wasn't going to pay for parking, so the hack that we had was you drive to the one of the media hotels, and they have shuttles that take you to the game. And I thought, well, while I'm at the hotel, I'll just look for like a little shop and I'll buy deodorant there, because I learned early on that I didn't have it. So I went and I bought it, and it was Old Spice Swagger that they had. So I was wearing Old Spice Swagger deodorant, and then I tweeted about it, and then it got to Old Spice somehow, and they sent a bunch of stuff after the fact. So I got a bunch of Old Spice like body wash, and I got Old Spice. I have an Old Spice like track suit that's like the like windbreaker material, like a jacket and pants. I have slides of Old Spice, a little Old Spice
like
bag.
a toiletry bag.
Yeah, all like Old Spice stuff that they sent was the best.
Where do we rank? That's one of the worst feelings for me. Like, I'll be out somewhere, too far to turn, and shit.
How do you do? What do you do?
I hack.
You just avoid people and just like,
kind of.
No one smell me.
Well, apparently, here's a hack that I learned
keep the arms real tight.
from the fashion world. Basically, if you can put hand sanitizer under your underarms, it will help.
What?
I've done that.
Yeah, because it's just killing
Kills the
bacteria.
bacteria,
Yeah, and that helps with the smell.
You know what I've done is like if I have a jacket or a hoodie, I'll wear that, and I will be sweating.
But then
sweating.
isn't that like kind of counterintuitive?
No, because the smell's trapped inside.
Yeah, the smell doesn't
smell's
escape.
trapped inside.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's
terrible
not
when
gonna get out.
when you take it off. It's going to
Yeah, you have
terrible.
to commit to it.
Guys,
Yeah,
I've
but
moved.
that's it.
I moved from stick deodorant
to spray.
to spray.
Wow.
What? Yeah, because I've been getting away from.
But what about
harmful
your balls?
chemicals. Huh?
What about your balls?
What about them?
Because there's plastic in them, and now there's going to be
Well, the plastic in my balls, we're
put deodorant
still
on
trying to
your
figure
balls?
that out.
no, but you know, it starts on your underarms, it goes down to your balls.
Yeah, well,
Sorry,
the
listen.
aluminum.
Yeah.
You know, nobody. We shouldn't be having that stuff. So I've trained.
Yes, I don't know.
I've transitioned to a deodorant that is healthy, doesn't have the parabens and the fragrances and all the bad stuff.
Which one?
I use Native.
Native is a scam.
Oh,
Well,
Native is
Be
such
very careful,
a
everyone.
scam.
I love Native, so
Respectfully.
How harmful can my deodorant really be?
It's not. Native is very like it is like the more chemical free options out of any
Thank
of them.
you.
And I'm sorry for calling you a scam, Native. I don't really mean it.
Yeah.
I'm having.
I felt a lot.
I use Native shampoo and conditioner.
But no, yeah, I'm fine with like their body wash, but like their deodorant, it was like the big thing.
But
was,
maybe like ladies and men's deodorants. Are a
Oh
little
yeah, I
different.
use men's deodorant because I don't
Really?
think that women's deodorant
Stronger, right?
does.
You think it's
Yeah, I
stronger,
use
yeah.
men's razors.
What do
I
you
pretty much
use?
use men's every single thing. I use Old Spice. They have like a lavender.
Swagger?
No, not
Oh.
Swagger.
The
unfortunately.
lavender one.
I've
It's like
heard-
on a white. Like
I've
a
heard
white-
about men using women's.
I've used women's
Yeah,
deodorant before.
I use-
It's never strong enough.
Yeah, it's not like strong enough
Strong
for me
enough for a
either, which
man,
makes me
made for a
sound
woman.
Gross, but
a
I
Nintendo.
use Native, and it was within like 3 seconds that I was like,
stink.
the way I smell is abhorrent.
Gillette
Really?
Gillette
I
has
feel
this
like
like
Stay
right
with
now.
it. It was so bad. It was just too natural that I was like, yeah, there's chemicals coming out of here. Like we need to
No, I'm
combat that
good.
with more chemicals.
Gillette has like a clinically prescription one that's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, you can get like a prescription like women's secret deodorant because my mom was always like, that's what you should do. But I just found
But
that
that's
it was
got aluminums and
it was
like a
the
lot of
same.
shit in
It was
it.
the same as me using Old Spice for men, and everything like all men's products are cheaper than
Mm-hmm.
women's products too. They're
Yeah.
better and they're cheaper. So like any like razors, deodorant, like any of that stuff, I just go buy men, and they make like not like feminine smelling fragrances, but they just like kind of neutral. Where it's
Neutral
like
ones, yeah. Mine's sea spice and cedar or something, or like
yeah,
sea
that
salt
works.
and cedar.
I use the like lavender.
shit.
It's like manly lavender.
How do we feel about sharing deodorants?
Not at all.
Oh, well, you can share my spray
I'm
one.
just
Poorly.
saying.
The spray's different.
I'm
You can
just
share
saying,
my spray.
in an emergency like Fuentes, if you forgot it and I happen to have like a work one here, would you use it?
I'd rather we share a stick of deodorant for a day than me smell like ass. Yes.
Oh no,
Dude, you never know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah.
As I'm
Cold
asking the
sweater.
question, I think I'm with Billy on this. I don't think I would
Do you
want
wanna
to
be the
use.
stinky guy?
I would just go with one smelly day rather than putting someone else.
You know, there was a time when
What's the worst gonna happen?
Well, the bacteria from that person's going to be under your arms,
Yeah,
and then you get their funky, and with your funky,
No,
it
it's
creates
not
super
like that.
funky.
different guys have hair. Like, is that changes?
Well,
it
we
up.
also have hair.
I know, but
have
you
to shave it.
Yeah, but
well, you don't have
generally,
to shave it.
right?
I went to visit my friend in Berkeley, and she was like, "It's actually kind of awesome. No one shaves their armpits here." So there was like no
Nice.
precedent. So everyone had really hairy armpits, and I borrowed her deodorant, and everything seemed fine.
And there was a lot of hair on
and
it?
I think we grew closer.
There's a lot of hair on the deodorant. Because, like, when I have hairy armpits, obviously, so, like, when I use deodorant, that was a stick, you get a couple hairs in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
hers wasn't that hairy, but like
That hairy,
it
okay,
was
so
like,
it was fuzzy a
It was
little.
something I noticed, and I was like, "This
Little
seems
fuzz.
kind of nice."
You have to be careful with aluminum. I had a very traumatic like month and a half of my life where I switched deodorant and it was like one of those like roller balls with like the scent or whatever on it, and someone gave it to me for like Christmas as part of like a pack, so I was like using that because I ran out of deodorant. And then my lymph nodes under my
Get
armpit
swollen,
were
yeah.
all swollen.
Yeah.
And my grandfather died of lymphoma. So
Yeah.
like I was very concerned about this. I went to the doctor. They're like feeling it and like, yeah, these are like swollen. Like you need to go.
Yeah, they get clogged.
And then like I went. I had to do like MRIs. I had to do all these
CAT
scans
scans,
where I'm
PET
exactly
scans.
right. I'm strapped down like on like a
Did
almost
you go
like
in
a
the tube?
Yeah, inside the tube,
hate the
strapped
tube.
down for 45 minutes. They're doing all these tests. I was convinced that I had cancer.
Yeah.
Like
Jeez.
under my armpits. Like it was
Well,
really.
that's where I had mine.
It was really, really scary. I was convinced that that's what it was. And they're like, no, you're fine. Things just swollen from your deodorant. And I'm like,
Yeah, here's a bill for $7,000.
exactly right.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars
Yeah.
later.
But would you have rather,
No, obviously
No,
not.
you know.
But, you know.
You got to stay away from the antiperspirant.
Yeah,
Humans
I
are
don't use that.
meant to sweat.
Oh yeah, I need deodorant.
You can't stop
I don't
sweat.
need antiperspirant.
Yeah, no antiperspirant. Just
No metals.
Yeah,
Let's stay
basically.
away from metals as a human race.